Okay, we're back here now. I got the jars changed out. I've got jar number 2 in here. You can see it filling up. We got right here, what we've got is a couple of white cotton towels. They're wrapped up good and tight, and they've got activated charcoal in them. And this will be one of the first filters that it goes through. I'll filter my ethanol about 3 times before I bottle it for sure. And like I say, this is a hobby of mine, and it takes a lot of time, which is all I've got, is a lot of time. And make my mash, and then it takes about 3 to 5 days for my mash to cure out, and then I put it in the Hillbilly Still. Now up here we're running about 173 degrees on the top thermometer. Now, alcohol boils off at 172 degrees. So what we've got coming up through there now is pure alcohol vapor, and then it goes over and gets condensed back down to alcohol. This is where it comes out of the boiler and goes up into the plates. Now down here you can see that my boiler is running at almost 190 degrees. That's getting the alcohol sent up the column to be processed back through the condenser and all. And then later on, like I said, I'll start this pot still up. Pot still has got the same heating apparatus as the big still does, with the electric element, and then I've got 2 controllers, one for each of my stills. I could run them both at the same time, but it gets a little bit hectic. Like I say, I've got about 8 gallons, about 6 gallons of mash in this pot, and then I'll run it on up through here through the 3 inch. This is a 3-inch pot still from Hillbilly Stills up in Barlow, Kentucky. Mike Haney and Matt Haney, they run this company up there, and they do some of the finest work that you'll ever see on copper. I just wish you could see the soldering and the fits of these joints that they have got on these stills. It is immaculate, the work they do. These boys know what they're doing. They've got this down pat, and they sell a lot of these Hillbilly Stills, Hillbilly Flutes, and they sell a lot of the pot stills. Now the flute I have got is a 4-plate Hillbilly Flute. They make an extension to go on this that makes it a 6-plate. They also make a 6-plate flute, and you can buy the extension to go on it and make it an 8-plate flute. But if I go with the other 2 plates and add them, I'm going to be up right near my roof, because I have not got but about maybe 2 feet before this thing goes up to my ceiling. So I'd have to really debate on whether I can get that other 2 plates in there or not. It would help me probably on maybe a little bit more product out of what my mash has got. But right now, I am totally satisfied with the flute I've got. Like I say, now right now we've got jar 2. It's about halfway full, going through the filter, and I'll take these jars and then I'll set them out like this. And I've got number 1 jar labeled here, and I've got it labeled at 190 proof. Now then I get all the, when I've got them all run, I'll have to make my cuts as to whether this is heads, middle run, which is what you really like to have, is your middle run product. And then you get into the tails. The tails is going to have a little bit of corn taste to it or whatever, a little off taste I'll call it. And you don't really want that product at all. But you can take it and put it back through the still on the next run and rerun it. So you don't lose anything. You put the heads and the tails back into the still, and then you run it again, and you don't waste any of the product. And like I say, I've got a 2007 Ford F-150 truck, and believe me, people, that truck loves ethanol. I have put pure ethanol in that truck up to 10-15 gallons at a time when the truck was almost empty, and it has no problems at all running the ethanol. It loves it. Ford Motor Company said it's designed to run ethanol. We have some stations now that sell E85 ethanol, which is 85% ethanol, and the only reason they don't run 100% ethanol through the pump that you get on commercial is, if you get 100% ethanol, people are going to drink it instead of put it in their truck. So they have to mix it, and they mix about 15% of gasoline to it to make it where you can't drink it. I don't do that. I put 100% 200 proof ethanol in my truck. Now this is coming out right now at 190 proof, but as we go over here, I'll show you something. Here we have a bucket of what we call zeolite. They are an absorbent bead. They're just little beads, but they love water. They don't like alcohol. They will suck that water out of that 190 proof and make it 200 proof, which goes into my truck, and it'll be, it loves it. Now right here is the mash barrel that I just took this stuff out of. I've still got a little corn down there in the bottom of it, and a little bit of mash left. I'll take that corn and put me about 15 more pounds with it, or 5 or 10 pounds with it, and I'll take what's left in the boilers when I get through running, pour it back in on top of that corn with about 50 pounds of sugar, a little bit of yeast, and then there we go again, and we'll have another fine batch of mash to run in about 5 more days. Right now I'm going to kind of back off here and close out. Just wanted everybody that watches this and sees it, my family and all, to know just about how this runs, how it works and all, because I get out here in this shed by myself, and of course I've got all the things I need. I got running water out here. I've got a hot plate there to cook on. I've got a huge, this is a 30-gallon still from coppermoonshinestills.com. This is an exact model of the still that was used on the movie Dukes of Hazzard. This is called a 30-gallon Georgia Ridge still. Now you can find his stills at coppermoonshinestills.com. That's a all copper still. I've got the electric hookup. I had to put that in there. I carried it up to Hillbilly Stills, and they put the outlet for the electric hookup and my thermometer in it, and we have got that one set up. Then I've got me my meat slicer out here. I've got my bread making machine out here, and then I've got my big, that's an 82-inch Mitsubishi television. And of course I'm old, my eyes is kind of bad, so I think I need an 82-incher to see, and buddy, that's fine with me. Then I've got a still here. This is a still made in Colorado. This is a triple distilling still. I forget the name of the man I bought this off of. It's a pretty good still. Now right on that, I've got a Hillbilly Stills boiler on it. It did not come with that boiler. I've got a Hillbilly Stills boiler with the electric heat and all on it that I can hook my controllers through and go. This is a still that this can come from Colorado, also from Mile High Distilling. That's a 13-gallon pot with a 2-inch reflux still. It's got a sight glass in it, and then it's got more another reflux chamber, and then it comes on up to my temperature gauge, and then the product comes out the condenser right here. And like I say, I've got these are things where I went to Sturgis. I've been to Sturgis for the last 8 to 9 years, and I buy one of these things every time I go. I've got my reloading equipment out here where I can sit out here if I want to and reload my bullets and all. I got a grinder there for my corn to go in the stills. You got to grind it. Even if you buy cracked corn, it still needs to be ground up into a flake corn. I got my air conditioner going. Mine went out the other day. Had to buy a brand new one. Got it fit in there, me and my son did. And really, I've got everything I need out here. There's my box where I bought my M1A the other day. Got me a nice couch out here. Got my Harley Davidson sign. Had to sell my motorcycle when I had the stroke because I don't trust myself on them anymore. And I used to be a motorcycle rider instructor, and I had to quit that too because I feel like if I'm instructing, I damn sure ought to be riding too. This is when I couldn't get a sign out at Sturgis. They had sold out. And then I talked this lady up at the Walmart store to sell me her big banner that she had. This is a 2005 trip to Sturgis that I went on and couldn't get my sign, so I bought that. I got my refrigerator out here. No, my Budweiser is not at 15 cents. That's been a long time ago. Got my Deep Spring whiskey there with old General Lee and his troops. Fella to give me that, and I'm pretty proud of it. Right now, I'm fixing to get off of here and get into that refrigerator because there's something in there I really like. All right.